And here we are at the final installment. This tutorial, we're going to be looking at the calculator and using it to estimate trig values. So let's turn over to the last page of our notes. So on the calculator, I really only have one big note. We must watch out for our mode. We need to make sure we're in the correct mode for the correct problem. Okay, now I know we're preparing for a non-calculator quiz. I understand that, but you still need to know how to do some of these things on the calculator for later on. So let's look at our first problem. The cosine of 28 degrees. This is not one of our special angles, otherwise we'd be able to find the exact value. So we're just going to find an estimation. And we're going to go to 3 decimal places. Maybe we should say that. Round to 3 decimal places. And please make sure that you're correctly rounding. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're in degree mode. Because if we're not in degree mode, then we're not going to get the correct answer. So when you pull up your calculator and turn it on, push mode. If I push the mode button, I see right now by default I'm in the radian mode, and I need to come down here and be on degree mode. So I'm going to click the arrow down and then over, and then I'm going to press enter to highlight degree mode. Make sure you're in degree mode if you need to be in degree mode. So now we're talking about the cosine of 28 degrees. Well, that just means I push the cosine symbol, and then I put my 28 degrees in there. I do not need the degree symbol because I'm in degree mode. So I do that and I close my parenthesis and I get this irrational number 0.882947 blah 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 blah. I need 3 decimal places, so that's 0.883. The 2 goes up to a 3 because of course the 9 will force it to do that. 0.883 is what I'm getting here. So cosine of 28 degrees, we're using an approximate symbol that tells everybody that you are actually approximating it, is 0.883. Okay. Our next problem is the secant of 28 degrees. Now, unfortunately, when I turned on my calculator, I don't really see a secant button, but that's okay. It's not there. All we need is a sine, a cosine, and a tangent button, because the secant and the cosecant and the cotangent are just the reciprocals of these. So we don't need those other buttons. We just need to understand that this is the reciprocal of the cosine of 28 degrees. It's 1 divided by the cosine of 28 degrees. So we don't need those buttons, we just need the cosine button. And we're going to take 1, we're going to divide that by the cosine of 28 degrees. We're going to close that parenthesis, and we're going to get 1.13257 blah 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 blah. But I need 3 decimal places, so 1.133. The 2 is going to be forced up again because the 5 is bigger. 1.133. So we're going to, again, use our approximate symbol. And it was 1.153, I believe it was? Nope, it was 133, excuse me. Let's go back and fix that. 133, okay. And then our final problem here, the cotangent of 2 pi over 5. Again, cotangent, that button is not on your calculator, that's okay. It's just the reciprocal of the tangent of 2 pi over 5. That's okay. But the other big thing is there's no degree symbol. So we must be in radian mode. So we need to go back and switch our mode. I'm going to turn my calc on. Let's move it over so I can see my problem. When I go back to mode, I'm in degree mode. I need to come down here and make sure that I'm in radian mode for this problem. I'll second quit to get out of there. Now it's the reciprocal of the tangent of 2 pi over 5. So I'm going to press 1 and then divided by tangent. And then I've got my 2 pi, and pi is over here above the caret button. There's my 2 pi divided by 5. Close that parenthesis, and this will be our final answer here, 0.325. We're rounding up each time here, 0.325. And I'm going to get my approximate 0.325. So that's just some stuff on the calculator, how to plug in these buttons. You only need sine, cosine, and tangent. The other ones are just the reciprocal, so you just do 1 divided. But please make sure you watch out for your mode. That's the most common mistake I see if anybody messes these up. All right, we'll practice this in class. See ya.